Welcome back, everybody, to the Vancouver franchise here on NBA 2K23, and today we start off by most likely making a trade for Will Hollins. I have changed my mind on Desmond Bane. I want to see what we get at least until the trade deadline with him and Will Hollins on the team, so we have probably a couple of weeks to see if we can get Will Hollins. If the team plays well with Hollins and Bane on the same team, and if they don't, and if Bane's not playing better, then we can move on from him too. But also, about Bane again, I'm going to try a bit of a different slider set today, and we'll see how we do with that. I made some slight adjustments to not only how the game plays when you sim, but also while watching, to hopefully get more of a match between not only simming in real life, but simming and watching as well. So hopefully it's more realistic. We get probably just better overall games, because these last couple of games after the most recent 2K update have been a bit different than what we're used to. So I'm going to try a bit of a different slider set that somebody had released. I'll show all those settings at the end of the video, so I'll put that timestamp right here. So for the Will Hollins trade, the Warriors currently have the 6th worst defense in terms of points allowed per game. So I feel like if we offer them Herb Jones and maybe something else in exchange for Will Hollins, I think they would be willing to make that deal go through. So let's go look back at what they wanted. They gave us 4 different offers that would not require any negotiation. And Hollins has started the last couple of games after not starting most of the first 30-40 games. He's started a couple of games in a row. Steph is not hurt, but they don't really have a good shooting guard. So I think they have Hollins playing point and Steph playing shooting guard right now. But I think that if they got Herb Jones, they would probably put Steph back to point guard and put Wiggins at shooting guard and then start Herb Jones. You would have to imagine, because he would be one of their top 5 players. So, again, the offers for Hollins were Wellington plus Wade, Rivers plus Wade, Wade, Payne, and a 2nd round pick, Wade and Dosunmu, and that's it. Well, also a second there as well, but I want to see if they would rather take Herb Jones. So let's just start with this negotiation for Wellington. We'll take him off. And if we add Herb Jones, what does it look like? It's invalid because they would be a bit above the cap. Okay, so this could be pretty tough because of the salary cap deal. Because Herb Jones has twice the amount of money on this year as Will Hollins, so it takes a bit of fancy financial footwork, but let's see if they want to take this deal. This is the first valid trade that I could come up with. So Herb Jones, Maurice Wade, Josh Richardson in exchange for Will Hollins, Terrence Graves, and Darius Blackwell. We'll see if they take this. I might have to throw in a 1st round pick for this year, which I'm totally fine doing in this trade, because we are taking away... We're trading for 2 of their younger players. But the problem with them having these young players is that they have Jonathan Kuminga, power forward, who's only 24 years old and on a 2-year, $54 million contract. And Darius Blackwell is the guy behind him who's playing 10 minutes per game right now, and he's 21 years old in his 2nd season. So he's not playing that much. And he probably does not have a starting future in Golden State. And we probably would not re-sign him unless he plays well for us. But let's see if they take this deal. I did increase the difficulty of trades because I want it to be a challenge. I don't want things to be just handed to us. So let's see if we throw in one of our 1st rounders this year, which I'm totally fine doing, because they're going to be a late 1st round anyways. What if we give away Milwaukee's pick, add that to this trade, and they say no. If I throw in the 2nd, will this get it done? A 2031 2nd. And they say no again. This could be tough. All right, let's try Herb Jones, the 2 picks, and Wade for Hollins and Blackwell. Let's see if they take this one instead. And they say, yes, we have acquired Will Hollins and Darius Blackwell. The deal is done. So again, we acquire Will Hollins and Darius Blackwell. They get Herb Jones, the Milwaukee Bucks first-round pick for this upcoming draft, which is top 3 protected, and then our 2031 second and Maurice Wade. So now for our game plan, we're going to start Will Hollins. And then for Wellington, we're going to put him in here. Probably as the 9th player off the bench. We'll go with Dosunmu, Wellington, and Zet off the bench. I'm not sure how I want to handle Rivers, Turner, and Payne. I feel like you could go back to starting Payne because we haven't really played all that better with Turner in his place. So why not go back to Payne at center for now? We could also bring Rivers off the bench and have Turner at the 4. In fact, I think I would like to just see what this gets us in both the starting aspect and the bench players. Because if we have this going, we have Dosunmu, Rivers, Azette, and Wellington off the bench, which is a really solid lineup. You can give all of these guys like 20 minutes each because they're all key players. So again, Hollins, Bain, Anderson, Turner, and Payne right now as the starters, with Dosunmu, Wellington, Rivers, and Azette off the bench. Alright, so I just watched this game against Denver on my own time, and this was the first game, the debut for Vancouver for Will Hollins. And he dropped 26 points and 5 assists, 10 for 19 from the field. Anderson 18 points, Turner and Payne both had double-doubles with 2 blocks each. Dosunmu 10 points, Wellington 7, Rivers 7 and 10 off the bench, Azette 7. So here, Dosunmu, Wellington, and Azette all played a bit less than I am wanting them to, but that's going to happen every couple of games. They won't always play exactly 20 minutes or 34 minutes or whatever you choose. But a couple of guys played less than I would like. And Bain also did not shoot as many times as I thought he would, but he passed the ball very well. He had 5 points, took 6 shots total, and he had 7 assists though. But still, I need more from him. I'm still trying to figure out, obviously, with what I said earlier, if he's going to be a part of our team moving forward. But my plans for the episode today are to watch this game against Sacramento on the road, because right now they are 30-21. We are 27-21, and I'm trying to see what we can do against a team like that. We also have 4 pretty big games coming up too. Every game before the Kings game is going to be against teams below 500, except for the Mavericks and the Thunder, who we play at home and away during this next 10-game stretch. So the Mavericks currently are 34-14, and the Thunder are currently at 39-9, and they're the top 2 teams in the Western Conference. So wins against them at all during this stretch. We play them 2 games each, as I said. If we get 1 game off each down the stretch, I think that's okay. We also play St. Louis again. We're not going to watch that rematch, but let's sim ahead. Let's see how we do these next 10 or so games with Will Hollins as our point guard. See how Bain does, see how our team in total does, and then we'll just go from there. So let's sim ahead. I think we're going to have to pause because there's going to be the All-Star draft in between a couple of games here. So let's see what happens once we sim. You have to be joking. You actually have to be kidding me. I simmed 1 game and Will Hollins broke his left wrist, out for a month. You have got to be joking. Well, it's time to put Wellington back into our lineup. And we'll have to put somebody else in for Will Hollins. We'll bring in Tyus Jones to replace Hollins off the bench. And we'll up Dosunmu, Rivers, and Azette up to 24 each. And we'll do this until we come back. But I did take off the shoot at will tempo because I feel like that might have also played a part in our losing streak that we did end with that win against Denver. But we did lose against the Pistons by 2, 96 to 98. So not a loss that you want. It's not a good one. Anderson drops 26, 10 for 22. Rivers had 14 and 7. Wellington had 12. It looks like Turner had 2 steals, 3 blocks, but Hollins only played about 16 minutes, had 3 assists, but then he got hurt. So hopefully he's back by the Kings game, but he might not be. So once again, this next stretch of basketball is not really clear on how the team is going to be when Hollins is actually running things. All right, folks, we have reached the All-Star draft. And here are your teams. Team Luka consists of Luka, Nikola Jokic, Tatum, Ball, and Zion. And then on the reserves team, Joel Embiid, Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, Lonzo Ball, Donovan Mitchell, Calvin Gordon, and Chet Holmgren. For Team Giannis, you've got Giannis, KD, John Morant, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. And then in the reserves, Steph Curry, Kat, Bam Adebayo, Jalen Green, Franz Wagner, Ben Simmons, and Jabari Smith. How is Anderson not here? Where is he? How is he not here? You're telling me that averaging 26, 5, and 3 on 48% shooting from the field and 42% from deep is not good enough to make the All-Star game? Then what is? There's no way all those players were better than him. There's just no way. He got robbed. So checking the All-Star voting for the Western Conference, and we're in the front court section because Anderson is technically a front court player as a small forward, and Jabari Smith barely made it over Anderson by like just a couple thousand votes. And that's why he's in there, because these top guys are all there. These top 7 players are all there, but Anderson is not. So he just missed the cut. Injuries to the backcourt added some opportunities for some other players, but he just missed out. That is heartbreaking. Oh crap. Today is the trade deadline. I thought it comes after the All-Star break, but I guess not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But we have reached it. So far, we have split the sim games. We're 4-4. Not including the Denver game, but if you include that, we're 5-4. I guess that's not bad, but do we trade Desmond Bane? I mean, it's hard to know because Hollins has played 1 full game for us, so we don't actually know if Bane is going to be playing better or if he's played well in these games either. So let's check the box scores real quick and see what happened. By the way, in the Pistons game, Josh Christopher dropped 19 points. He was the leading scorer for Detroit, and we did lose. They shot 46%. We shot 44%, and they had a lot more free throws than we did as well. So a fourth quarter comeback for the Pistons, but it's whatever, I guess. Our next game was against the Dallas Mavericks, who have Luka Doncic, obviously. They're one of the top Western Conference teams. We lost by 5. Almost came back in the fourth quarter, but the comeback did fall short. Doncic had 32, 9, and 13. Tobias Harris had 19 points. Jalen Duren had 16 and 13. The Woodsmen had 25 from Desmond Bane, 8 for 13 from the field. Anderson dropped 23. Azed had 15 points off the bench. And some steals here for Turner and for Payne. Although neither guy got a whole lot of boards here. And they shot better than we did overall. But we could have won this game easily. Then we lost by 3 against OKC. Another comeback that falls short in the fourth quarter. 104-101 your final score. Chet Holmgren drops 31 and 12. Josh Giddey had 15 and 6. SGA had 12 and 7. The Woodsmen got 24 from Bane and Anderson. Wellington 18 points, 7 assists. Turner a double-double. Payne 4 and 9. Team comparison, we shot just 41%. In this one, the Thunder shot 44%. And yeah, we lost again. But we do get one back on Dallas in our next game. We put up 133. They drop 114, but the Woodsmen get the win. Bain drops 23, 6 and 8. Dosunmu 22 points off the bench. Azette 20. Anderson just 15 points, same as Wellington. The Mavericks had 20 and 11 from Luka, but we shot 58% to their 53. Next game, we lost in a low-scoring one against St. Louis, 94-90, 21-18 fourth quarter. They were up by 1 going into it, and Wellington drops 15 points. Anderson, another just low-scoring day for him with 13. Payne had a nice double-double. The Sound had 25 from Alex Barker, and Javon Davis only had 8 points and 7 boards. But for his numbers this year, let's see how he's doing. Currently averaging 10.6 points per game and 3.9 assists per game, getting about 26.6 minutes per game as well. Next game, we did take down San Antonio in overtime by 4, 124-120. Kristaps drops 25, Tommy Shepard drops 23, Murray dropped 19 points, and Calvin Gordon only had 10 points, 11 boards, which is kind of low from what we're used to against him. But Bain drops 23, Turner drops 23, Anderson 18 points, just 7 for 10 here though. So again, another game below 20 points, but I mean, he shot well. Wellington drops 15, Rivers drops 15. A lot of guys scoring in double figures here, and Payne had another really solid double-double. We shot 50% to their 40%. How did this game go into overtime? And we also got one back on the Thunder. And look at that first quarter, 39-9. We were up by 30 after one quarter, and we put up 11 more in the second to go up by like 41 at halftime. Complete domination through and through. 123-80 is your final score. An impressive win against the top team in our conference. Bain drops 25. Anderson drops 19 and 10. Another game below 20 points. Azette drops 18. Rivers has 15. Turner 14 and 12. Wellington 13. Payne had 16 boards. For OKC, Josh Giddey and Chet Holmgren both had 16 points. And SGA did not play in this game. And that's because he has a left hand fracture, out for 2 to 4 weeks. Our most recent game was against Minnesota. We take them down by 13. Walker Kessler had 16. Perry had 14. Cat had 14. Jukic 13. The Woodsmen got 24 from Dosunmu, 22 for Wellington, 22 for Bain, and 20 from Anderson. So all of our guards really got involved here and lit up the score sheet. Payne had 13 boards, 3 blocks, and we take them down. All right, so again, trade deadline day, and one thing I'll do is I'll change some settings here, because where I got my sliders from, I made all my own personal changes to them. But for trades, for the trade deadline day, I should be putting the trade frequency up to 100 on the day of the trade deadline. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll sim through this day and see what happened. Because I think I'm good on Bain. I think I want to see how we do the rest of the season, and then move him during the offseason if we have to. So that's my plan there. I still want to see what we have with him. He's not even halfway through a 4-year contract, so we still have plenty of time to figure things out there. So I'm down to do that. So we sim through the trade deadline, and Will Hollins is back to being day-to-day. I'm still going to wait 2 more days after this one, so he won't play against Chicago, but he will return against the Kings. I will play him there. All right, so our trade was on the 25th of January, and we are currently on the 12th of February, so there were actually no trade deadline trades. So it actually did not work as well as I thought, but there still were a couple of trades. Jamal Murray was traded from the Nuggets to the Heat for Jimmy Butler, just a straight-up trade with a second being attached to Jamal Murray. The Pelicans traded Cam Johnson for PJ Washington and a second. And the Warriors also traded Malcolm Barrett and the pick that we gave them in the second round to the Pacers for Cabangeli, the power forward, and a second this year from Minnesota. So those are all the trades that have been carried out so far. There are a couple down here that happened before ours did. The Cale Martin swap for Sean Cartwright. Malcolm Brogdon traded for Bogdan Bogdanovic and Jordan Nwora. Terry Rozier was traded for Zeke Naji in just a 1-for-1 swap. Matisse Thybulle was traded for Drew Holiday earlier this year. And yeah. So we have also just simmed through our game against Chicago, and Will Hollins is fully back. Perfect timing because we're about to watch this game against Sacramento. We're also on a 5-game win streak now. We're up to 8 games above 500, and gotta take these 2 box scores for these last 2 games. So we take down a very bad Hawks team by 5. John Collins drops 26 and 10. Trae Young 16 and 9. The Woodsmen got 28 for Anderson, back to what he was doing previously. Bane 19 and 11. Turner had 16 boards and 5 blocks. Incredible stuff there. Payne had 9 and 9 plus 2 steals, 3 blocks. Team comparison, both teams shot poorly. We shot 40%, they shot 37%, but we come out on top thanks to some solid 3-point shooting, and that's pretty much why we just won this game. We also just barely scraped by against a very bad Bulls team, the former team of Dosunmu, who actually was tied for our leading scorer with Rivers. Both guys had 16 points. Rivers had 10 boards to go with it. Wellington and Bane dropped 14. Anderson only 11. Payne 11 is at 11 as well. The Bulls had 28 from Ellis Wright IV and 26 from Zach LaVine. So Will Hollins is back. We have won 5 games in a row, and we are up to 4th place in the conference, but several teams within just a couple of games of us, and we are 6 games back from Dallas. So there is a really big gap between 3rd and 4th. And for a game plan, we're going to put Will Hollins back in, obviously. We're going to have to bench Tyus Jones. This game is actually huge. We are 33 and 25. They are 33 and 26. Whoever wins this game has a hold of the 4th spot. If they win, we're going to be a half game back from them. And if we win, we're going to be a game and a half ahead of them. So a win here is pretty crucial because if we lose again, we're going to be going down to 5th. So every win matters here. We're trying to take ourselves into the All-Star break with a win streak, which hopefully can continue here. The Kings will start De'Aaron Fox, Bey, Şengün, Vassell, and Kyle Kuzma in today's game. And they are their top scorers, obviously. But a couple of guys are not shooting very well. Şengün and Kuzma both around 41% from the field. Vassell around 43%. It's basically been them relying on De'Aaron Fox and Bey to get things done. So let's hope that we can lock these guys down today. So here we go, on the road in Sacktown. We are in the Golden One Center here in Sacramento, California, folks. Payne wins the tip. Here we go. It's our actual first look at Will Hollins. He's played 1 full game for us so far. He's had 2 starts, and 1 was cut short by an injury as Turner gives the ball away immediately to start. De'Aaron Fox with it, guarded by Hollins. Takes the screen, steps back, hands off. And now just some good defense by the Woodsmen. And they have to force a shot, and it's good over Anderson. That's going to be Saddiq Bey with his first shot, and that opens the scoring here on the road. Hollins to Anderson for 3, wide open, got it. De'Aaron Fox lost it, Hollins gets the steal. I told you guys that he can get some steals, man. He's a really good defensive player, especially on guards. So that was cool. Well, what was that? That was confusing. De'Aaron Fox with it, spinning around a couple of times, and he's fouled by Hollins. Payne tried to help, but the foul is called instead. First free throw was left short for Fox. And his second free throw does tie things up at 3. Hollins has it. Screen from Turner. Taken. Hollins goes back to him. Nice pass, and the bucket goes to Miles Turner. Already 2 assists here for Will Hollins. Love seeing that. Fox off a screen. The jumper is good. Hollins, the three. He got it. Way to answer back. Screen from Şengün. Fox goes to Bey in the corner. His three is good. Trading buckets early on. Screen from Turner. Desmond Bane for three. That one hits back iron. And now Fox on the other end gets wide open. Bey finds him. Screen from Turner. Bane takes it. Goes back to him. Nice pass. He can't lay it in, but he is fouled. The first on Kyle Kuzma. Turner's first free throw is up and good. Will he knock down both? Yes, he will. Kuzma over to Fox in the corner. He will attack the paint, and Payne blocks the shot. Great help. Hollins fires the mid-range jumper. Missed it. Turner gets the offensive board and puts it up and in. Vancouver back in front. Şengün backing down. Payne in the paint. Not giving up. He hands off to Fox. That shot's up and good. Really hot start here for De'Aaron Fox. Hollins. Another jumper off the mark this time as well. I don't expect him to be shooting that often because he usually has the ball in his hands, but he's also a good shooter, so I'm okay if he rattles off a couple each quarter. Kuzma misfires that one, but we're back with it, tied at 12. Hollins, another jumper. That one's off too. Couple of wayward shots in a row here. And now another steal for Hollins. It's already two here in the first quarter. And now a handoff to Payne, and there for a wide open dunk. 3 assists now for Hollins. Bey with it, off the screen from Şengün. Stopped, gets back in the paint, and is blocked by Payne at the rim. That's 2 for him. Hollins lost the ball, but we get back to it. Anderson goes to Desmond Bane down low. He's not going to fire. The offense resets. And now a foul is called. Off screen set out of bounds. We saw that once before. Strange. Box off the screen from Şengün. Has Payne on him. He draws the foul. That's the first on Payne. Box's first free throw up and good. He already got 8 points. This free throw is off the mark though. 1 for 2. So Wellington checks in. Hollins takes a rest. Rivers also is in place of Payne. Screen from Bane. Anderson for 3. No good. Fox, top of the key. Got it to go. He's got 11. Bane with the ball. Goes to Anderson. Same spot as last time. It rattles out. Vassell with it. Behind the back to Fox. In the corner. That three's good. Are you kidding me? Turner with it. Hands off to Wellington. He goes back to Anderson. Shot clock down to 5. Over to Wellington. Mid-range jumper. Got it. Fox goes over to whoever this is. Not sure who it is. I'm sorry. I gotta see who it is in a second. The 3 is up and good, though, for Sacramento. We're down 22-16. Anderson trying to answer back. Got it again. Fox baseline jumper. Got it in the face of 2 defenders. 24-19. Fox is putting up an offensive explosion here. Rivers with the ball. Going to Anderson for 3. 2 in a row. Williams with it. He goes to Zeke Naji. Back to Vassell. Fouled on the 3-point attempts. Are you serious, Bane? Come on. First free throw up and good. The second drops as well. Third one is off the mark, though. Sunmu with it, finds Wellington wide open, look from deep, but no dice. Vassell lost it as Zed gets to it. He's got the steal. He feeds Turner. He takes it down low. Fires. It's blocked right there. That was Okongwu. Tinsley takes the screen. Finds Williams in the corner for three. That one is good. Lighting us up from downtown are the Kings right now. Oh my God. Wellington just broke that guy's ankles. Can't answer back though. Zet gets another steal. Wow, a couple so far here in the first quarter. And then Wellington almost lost it out of bounds off of the Kings. Zet in the three, or in the corner for three rather, missed it. We're down by 7. Screen from Okongwu. Williams for three again. Off the mark, Okongwu gets the board and stuffs it back in. Screen from Azette. Wellington fires a three. This time it's good. Tinsley off the screen, hands off to Vassell. He goes out to Najee. His jumper is up and in. Oh my God, nobody's missing right now for them. Wellington, left wide open. 2 in a row for him. Great answer back. Cuts the game down to 5. The Kings have the last shot of the first quarter. Vassell crosses the courts. Tinsley takes the screen from Najee. He fires at the elbow. It's off. And the Kings are up by 5 through 1. 33-28. We jump to the second with our game all tied at 48 apiece. About half of the quarter left. Kings have the ball. Tinsley, high arcing, 3, no good. We've got Hollins back in there with Rivers, Payne, and Bain, and Anderson. Those are our 5 out there right now. And Payne is a bit tired, so he'll be checked out here in a second. Rivers goes to Anderson for a contested 3. No good. Kuzma gets by Hollins, has it poked out, and it's a jump ball between Kuzma and Anderson. I think Kuzma probably wins this one, but we'll see. He is taller. Jump ball goes to Anderson. Hell yeah. Bain, who has not done much in this game, goes to Hollins. Screen from Anderson. Hollins takes it, but Tinsley guards it well. Hollins goes to Rivers. He fires. That jumper's off, and Vassell comes down with it. He goes up to Westbrook. His shot up and good. Kings in front by 2. The Kings have shot 66%. We've shot 56%. Hollins takes a screen again. Fires a 3. This time it's good. We're back in front. Tinsley hands off to Westbrook. His 3 is good. 2 shots fall for him in a row. Bain to Hollins. The jumper is in. Tinsley with it. Gets inside. Back out to Vassell, but he can't hang on to it. Vancouver has it. Hollins up to Anderson for a 3 to put us in front. It's good. After a Kings timeout, they go to Tinsley to answer back. And it's good. Unbelievable. Anderson goes to Turner. He feeds Rivers. He shoots. Missed it, though. Gets his own board back and puts it in. Great hustle right there. Williams against Anderson. Now Vassell with it. Over to Tinsley. Good passing by the Kings, but all outside of the three-point arc. Vassell at the elbow, missed it, and Hollins gets to it. Wellington lobs it for Anderson over the top of Onyeka Okongwu. Anderson's now got 14 points, 62% from the field. Tinsley almost had a wide open layup, but Anderson comes over to help. Great job. Wellington goes to Hollins. He feeds Rivers down low. Mismatch against Tinsley. He steps back and fires and hits again. Vancouver in front by 6. You've got 17 first half assists right now. And we usually get like 22.5 per game. Tinsley knocks it down. The mid-ranger, he's 2 for 5. Screen from Anderson. Hollins. Wide open shot. Missed it though. Under a minute to go until the break. Tinsley off the screen from Najee. Finds Vassell. Uncontested 3. It misses. Turner to Rivers. Behind the back to Wellington. Blocked by Tinsley. Come on. On the other end, Tinsley out of a shot. Finds Vassell in the corner. We cover it well. Williams to Tinsley. Back to Vassell. He'll step back and fire a 3. It drops. It is a dogfight here, 62-61. Anderson, contested shot. That one's off. Tinsley gets the board. And the first half is over with Vancouver in front by 1. We take ourselves to the third quarter, about halfway through it. Payne at the charity stripe, a couple of free throws for him as Vancouver leads 74-70. Both teams shot very, very well in the first half. I don't expect that to continue here in the second. And we've only scored 12 points. They've scored, I think, 9 or so. So it's been definitely less scoring here in the third quarter, but to be expected. Payne goes 0 for 2 at the line. So Kings back with it down by 4. And that scoring drought is not accurate again. Fox lost it. Wellington gets the steal. He was going up to shoot, and Wellington saw it to just strip the ball right from him. Great work on defense. Rivers sets the screen. Dosunmu knocks it down. Wow. Fox off the screen from Okongwu. Gets down low because nobody stepped up. Payne has it. 5 on the shot clock. Finds Dosunmu. Decent look. It's good again. He's a really good shooter, man. Williams, guarded by Izette, finds Okongwu down low. Got around Payne. Still a 4-point game. Both teams down to around 56% from the field. Wellington goes to Rivers. He'll launch a 3. It's off, though. Fox sheds off the screen, looks the other way as Zet comes up with the steal again. Some loose hands by the Kings here in this game. And now a nice pass to Payne from Dosunmu. They called goaltending, but the shot was going in either way. So 6-point lead now for Vancouver. Turner checks in place of Payne. Oh my God, a steal for Wellington. Fox has really not been careful with it. Shot clock winding down. Turner goes to his Zets. He fires. It's good. Also, Bain has taken like 1 shot total for what I've seen so far. He has barely touched the ball. After a Kings timeout, they get a shot up for Westbrook. It's off the mark, though. Zets attacks the rim and finishes through some contact from Williams. Westbrook has it again. He hands off to Fox in there for a wide open look. Wellington goes to Dosunmu. Screen from Turner coming. Dosunmu finds Wellington, wide open 3. It is good. Fox to Okongwu. He attacks the rim and missed the layup. On the other end, Anderson cuts. Azette finds him for the dunk. He's got 18 points, 7 for 11 from the field. So he's bouncing back today. Love seeing that from him. Screen for Fox from Najee. Fox gets the switch, steps back. Can't hit from the elbow, though. Sumu goes to Anderson. He goes to Turner. He fades away on a close shot. A bit too much on it. Najee sets the screen. Fox steps back and launches a very bad three-point attempt that misses the rim entirely. Wellington with it. Finds Anderson down low against Najee. He goes up and draws the foul. The second on Najee. First free throw, up and good for Anderson. And he goes 1 for 2. Williams misses the three off the pass from Fox. Vancouver has it up by 14 points. Screen from Turner. Wellington pauses, goes back out to Hollins. His mid-range jumper drops. Last shot of the quarter. Fox for three. Can't get it to go. And we head to the fourth, up 92-76. A better defensive quarter, and the offense pretty much kept things going. .704 to go in the fourth quarter, and it's looking like it's all Vancouver here in this second half. We've outscored them by 10 in this quarter alone, 15-5. We're now up by 26 points because we outscored them by 15 in the third quarter. So we're looking really solid here, in good shape. A couple of subs coming in now, so we'll get a good look at those guys the rest of the way, as the arena is pretty much half empty now compared to what it was when the game first started. The screen from Fredrickson. Tyus Jones attacks, goes back to him. Nice pass. And now a steal for Josh Richardson off of Raul Nato. They have 13 turnovers, man, which is about average for most teams, but it's really been a lot of steals for us, to be honest. Tyus Jones, top of the key, got it to go. Vancouver up 112-81. I think from here on out, I'll just show the highlights for Vancouver, like all the made baskets and such. Desumu, what a shot. Okay, so essentially, as of right now, this bucket right here was our first bucket since the last one I showed you guys. The Kings have gone on a huge run, like a 15-0 run or something, to pretty much end the game. But, I mean, they're still down by 20 points, so it doesn't even matter that much because they're going to lose. But they did go on a run. We have not scored besides that Anderson 3 since, like, the 5th minute mark of the fourth quarter. But we're on track to win. And apparently Payne's got 23 points. 11 for 12. I think we have seen him take one shot, and it was the goaltending one. So he must have been doing all the heavy lifting during the simming portion. Turner misses that. Payne gets the board. He goes back out. We're going to have to shoot here eventually because there still is a shot clock. Sumu with it at the elbow. Screen from Payne. The shot is up, and it's good. And we're going to end the game on a very high note. Vancouver wins this one, 119-99, to secure fourth place for the time being. A really great performance against a really solid Sacramento Kings team. Vancouver moves to 34-25 on the year as we take down the Kings and win our 6th game in a row. De'Aaron Fox drops 23 points after a really strong offensive first quarter. Vassell had 10, and nobody else, surprisingly, had more than 9. A lot of guys scored just a couple of buckets each, and they played a lot of players here in this game for some reason. I guess because a few guys played once it was a blowout. But a lot of guys hit some shots. They spread the scoring out a lot, but they did not score that much in total. But Anderson did. He's back to what we're used to from him. 28 points, 7 boards, 10 for 16 from the field. And how about Don Payne? Maybe his best scheme of his career. 23 points, 9 boards, 3 blocks, 11 for 12. Which, is this a career high? I don't think it is, but it could be. Let's see here. That is his career high. Heck yeah. And how about Will Hollins? 13 points, 13 assists, 3 steals, 5 for 10. We saw pretty much all his misses in the first quarter. He really did not take many shots after that, and he passed the ball extremely well. That's what you're going to get with him on this team. I expect us to bump our assist numbers up quite a bit by the end of the season. Wellington had 11 off the bench. He was pretty solid. A couple of threes that fell that were big for us. Bain had 10. He was also 4 for 8. And Turner had 9 and 5. So we shot 58% as a team. That won't happen all the time, but it did today. And we shot extremely well from 3 as well. 47% there. For free throws, we'll forget about that. And we had 33 assists in this one. Love that. But to cap off the episode, I will sim us to the All-Star break. So through this game against the Magic, who are a brutal 17 and 40. Please win this game. I don't want to lose to a really bad team to break our win streak. We do win. We have won 7 games in a row heading into the All-Star break, everybody. That is a really good sign. We outscore the Magic 34-15 to come back and win by 11. 107-96. De La Rosa drops 21. Middleton drops 15. Wagner 14. For the Woodsmen, Anderson drops 29, but he took 15 free throws, made 14 of them. He was 6 for 15 from the field. Bain drops 20 points. Will Hollins had 16. Azette 11. And Payne had 12 boards here as well. 5 blocks for Turner. And we shot only 36%. They shot 38%, but we took a lot of free throws, 45 as a team. We hit 36 of them, which is more than what we're used to from this team, because I think that Bain went 6 for 7, Hollins 3 for 4, Azette 4 for 5, and Dosunmu 4 for 4. All his points came from the free throw line. But we win that one. We have now won 7 games in a row, and we are 8-2 in our last 10, and we're looking pretty solid in terms of playoff standing. Those green W's look really nice on our calendar, man. So this is our final shot of the episode right here, unless you want to look at my settings and sliders, which I'll go over right now. So first, all of the general stuff, I'm going to just scroll through all the settings and show you guys what they are. So if you want to make adjustments to yours, then just pause the video and then keep going just like that. The features, change the pro players from 9 to 8, the protected players. I put a couple of things on, I took a couple of things off, and yeah. For injuries, I took down the career-ending injury frequency, difficulty. This is going towards, like, you know, CP re-signing, trade negotiation contracts, injuries, chemistry. This is very different from what it was before, so make sure to change this too if you want to. This is for simulation with pace, fatigue rate, things like that. This is the ticker. It's pretty much the exact same as it was. I have not touched this. This is the team features settings. So you go to settings and then team. You're on this page. There were some slight adjustments to this. I turned on the morale and trust stuff on. We'll take a look at that in 1 second. These are the team automation settings. I have pretty much have all this off because I want to do every single thing myself. these are the gameplay settings. So go to gameplay or go to settings and then gameplay and you'll be on this page. And this is what it currently looks like. I don't think I made many changes to this, if any, so it should be relatively unchanged. There have been changes to the tuning sliders. This is the trade section for that. So just make what trades you can. Up the trade frequency up to 55. The trade value has been kept the exact same. I have not changed any of this stuff down here. So just the first part of this page needs changing. For progression, this stuff I believe is relatively untouched. I think I changed the progression rate up to around 58 or so. That players don't take like 5 years to get to their peak. Because usually guys get to their peak by year 3 or 4 in real life. That's when they usually start playing their best basketball. This stuff right here, the attribute progression has been untouched for all the phases there. Contracts, I believe, have been untouched as well. So don't mess with those. And finally, here are your CPU sliders. So this affects only the gameplay that you watch. So yeah, this is the CPU versus CPU gameplay while watching games. There have been a lot of changes to the settings here, so go ahead and make those as you see fit. I'll scroll down the entire way. So those were all of my current sliders and settings, but I wanted to go over one last thing that I did change. I did turn on trust and morale for each player, or just like, you know, for like overall. So for example, if you go to a player's profile, you can see on this page the effects of pretty much any action that's taken by the player or the team has an effect on trust and morale. Currently for Anderson, they're both around 50, which is the average. I think it's going to be starting at 50 for most players, so over time that'll change. But right now, morale and trust are a bit above 50 between us and him. And yeah, team success, game performance, those affect morale. Game usage has an effect. There's some daily events going on as well, like, you know, during training and practice and stuff. Not an all-star is -9 for his morale. That is, I can't believe that he got snubbed. But for other players like Bane, he's currently pretty hype in terms of morale, up to like 63. Trust is down a bit, but about average. Miles Turner, above 50 for everything pretty much. Rivers, high morale. Sumu, average. Grant Williams, average. Wellington, very high morale. Overall status is pretty good. Tyus Jones, extremely high morale for some reason. I guess he's just a team player. Will Hollins has very high trust and very high morale because when we traded for him, we got +10 in pretty much each category. So we start with +10 for each for him. Azette, high morale. Love seeing that. Blackwell, also high morale because of the trade. Donald Payne, high morale. Fredrickson, same story. Richardson, team player. Anderson, though, you know, around 50. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. We've won 7 games in a row. Things are looking up for Vancouver. And I think we're looking good at 10 games above 500 entering the All-Star break. So, we'll call the episode here. And we'll see what the next episode holds for the All-Star break and going forward from there. So thanks, guys, again, so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching and take care. Peace.